Welcome to a wicked week 10.
Strong. Strong.
Strong. Yeah, I had to pause for a brief second before I said that. And it's gonna be week 10, the Halloween Spooktacular episode. There might be a fright or two in the midst. Who
The end
knows?
the end of LOCKtober for some of those who celebrate. Those
For
who
some
celebrate.
for those who celebrate, for
What do
those.
you got? What do you got going on here?
Oh,
What
it's
do you
my costume.
got? Are you a chesty West Virginia fan?
No, I'm you.
You're me? That's fantastic. Thank you for that. I look like I have absolutely fantastic knockers. I look like I have grade A sweater meat. Thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate that.
West Virginia polo. Big boned.
Absolutely like a 10 out of 10 Playboy rack going on in the Dimes van right now. Fantastic
I
jobs.
mean, this rack right here is like early breast implants.
It
These are
is.
like these are like like syrup dispensers at IHOP. It's like
Yeah.
two of those.
Those things are, let me tell you, that is definitely second wife material you got working under there.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Oh, those are, well, thank you that I am someone's like Charleston trophy wife, what you got under there. That's fantastic. Some grade
Yeah.
a combination of Yinzi F. Sydney Sweeney. So that's fantastic.
I'm trying to get I'm in the middle
You're so
of
fucking stupid.
what? You said you didn't want to dress up. I text you. I said, "Hey, wear a costume if you have one." How hard is it? This took me 2 seconds. I was doing the pillow and the shirt no matter what, and I had two
Yeah.
options. I
Yeah.
had two options.
Okay.
Before you said, "Oh, cool guys don't wear sweatshirts or
Yeah.
don't wear costumes." I was gonna be the fat annoying Yankee fan from the other night. I had my glove,
That
I
would
had
have
my
been strong. That would have been
gabagool.
strong.
I was gonna be him. And then you
Yeah.
said, "Well, I don't want to dress up." So I said, "Okay, well, if you don't
First
dress
of all,
up, I'll dress up as you."
that's first of all, I didn't say cool. I said dinks don't wear costumes, and that's true.
Yeah, where did you get that from, Dink?
Nowhere. Oh, you've never heard the term dink?
I have, but not in the way that you use it.
Listen, well, everyone with kids is out wearing costumes. Dinks don't wear costumes.
What,
We don't
yeah,
get that.
why
Come
do you
on.
say it like that? What does Dink mean to you?
Dual income, no kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought
it is.
a dink is like I've only heard like Boston people say it, and they're like, "Yeah, dank," and like
No,
it's
it's
like a derogatory. It's like someone's calling like
no,
an idiot.
no, it's dual income, no kids.
I know that. That I
Yeah,
know. Hold on.
that's the lifestyle I'm living.
Let's dink term. Here we go. No, I don't want this one. Dink is dink a slur. Here we go.
Uh, Flip the dimes, man. There you go.
Dink. Someone of Southeast Asian origin, particularly
Well,
aimed towards someone of a Vietnamese background.
well,
We didn't know. We didn't know that.
looks like the dimes man has a lot of explaining to do at his white guys for you know who party later on this evening, but that's fine. That's fine. The
When we
dimes
fight, we win. Yeah, my friend Sienna is actually really good at Kamala, and she's been on like all over the news.
I have a feeling she's got a job for another like 10 days. So enjoy it.
Well, she has a big job because she just sued what is it? The son of like international wealth management for JP Morgan. He like beat American Psychoed her. You should look it up. He like almost beat her to death.
You
She's really
know,
funny
get a little
comic.
cash out of it. Might as well.
Yeah. She's
Get a little
she's
there.
talented.
Listen,
She's talented, pretty good attitude. Hope the best.
maybe we can get her to sponsor the pod after this.
Highly doubt it. Highly
Okay.
doubt
You
it.
know what? Yeah, well, sometimes you gotta ask.
Yeah.
But
We don't have
without
enough followers.
that's true. That's true. Well, you know what? After last week, a workman-like week. The Dimes man said he wanted to go. I don't know what he wanted to do. He had big goals. I think he wanted to get to 15 units. We didn't quite get there.
Yeah.
Some of that's on me. The Dimes man, 4-2 last week, up 3 units. That's a strong week,
I
buddy.
left Indy off the board. I had Indy 2 units, and that quarterback news scared me. And it didn't
I
matter.
scared you. Four and
It didn't
two,
matter.
3 units. Yinzi 3-3, -1 unit. LSU killed me. LSU decided to stop playing football with about 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter and let up about 17 straight points.
True.
So LSU was basically on the cusp of winning that game and then suddenly lost it by like 19-20. So whatever. We'll do a quick recap and then we'll start moving on. Yinzi, Notre Dame, -13 winner. LSU, West Virginia, tease parlay loser. Duke +12 winner. Michigan and Notre Dame moneyline parlay winner. UCF, that's a bad pick. Kansas State minus 9.5, also a bad pick. If you're going to lose, lose big. The Dimes, man, ECU minus 7.5, 3-unit bomb. I tailed that.
Bomb.
EMU
Hey,
minus
and I
two and a
want to
half.
say this, and let me say this about ECU.
Go ahead.
The season has not gone the way we wanted it to go,
Mhm.
but I'm proud of them for winning that. Oh, that looks like a good Pepsi.
Pretty crisp. It's pretty crisp.
Yeah.
Pretty crisp.
Continue.
I was going to say ECU 3-unit. That was a great play. I had that actually. I played that on offline Saturday. It was a great play. EMU minus 2.5. That's a loser. Toledo
Yeah,
minus two and a
they
half
they pissed
loser.
me off. I don't know how they do that to Akron.
Yeah. Duke, the friendship agreement. That was a winner for both of us. Iowa shouldn't have been an over winner, but it was. And UConn
Oh,
6. Just calling it how I see it.
all right.
Hey, it counts. It counts.
UConn -6 was terrifying.
Sweat, but a winner.
Yeah,
But here's where we're at. The Diamond is actually a half point up on me. So he's up 7.5 units. I'm up 7. Collectively up, what's that? So around 14.5 units. That's tough. That's a pretty strong start. Week
I
10,
know.
we're up a unit a week plus some change, tip your
I
driver.
know.
So 14.5, but we're going to bury the football.
Wow.
We're
Okay.
going to keep it moving.
I like that.
So I have something for you. I didn't even tell you about this. I'm doing something now. This is a little fun for everybody. I'm going through a new stage. I feel like we started this pod and it was like, hey, you're still being a huge scumbag trying to date girls. Now I'm still being a scumbag, which is true. I'll never get rid of that lifestyle.
Right.
Now we're looking at wedding venues. It's absolutely disgusting.
Okay.
It's soul crushing. It's something. It's just it's absolutely insanity. Like the quotes you'll get. It's like I think it's more like one day of the year is going to be more than I made like coming out of college an entire year's work. It's absolutely
That's disgusting.
it's insanity. It's truly insanity. The markup on this shit.
Your
Uh,
wedding planner is going to be a big jerk too. I want you to know that.
probably,
Every
probably.
wedding planner, and I've been to a lot of weddings. I'm
Yeah.
going to go to a lot more.
Yeah.
Every
Probably.
wedding planner that I know, obviously, and for normal reasons, will treat the bride like a princess as she
Oh yeah.
deserves,
Yeah.
but will treat the groom like cattle.
100%. I'm ready for that. That's 100. That's a very astute point. I'm 100% ready for that.
Yeah.
That's no shock to me. What
I,
is
I understand most guys are idiots, but I'm not an idiot. Don't talk to me like an idiot. I'm an idiot.
what is the dude equivalent of being a wedding planner? Because a wedding planner is like the stereotypical girl job. What's the dude equivalent of that job?
A dude equivalent of it where you're
Yeah.
like probably like club promoter, club owner.
Yeah. I
You're
was gonna
like
say it's,
treating the girls like gods, but all the
yeah.
dudes like cattle.
I was gonna say it's got to be somewhere it's not super successful. Like you couldn't say like a finance bro because that's
No.
too far
No.
ahead. But it's got to be like that's something we need to ponder. Is it a car salesman?
It could be a car salesman. That's
Car
actually not
salesman's pretty
bad.
good.
It's actually like that.
Car salesman's pretty good. Like a dude that works at like an Audi deal, like a BMW dealership.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
the douchey car dealer guy. I
Yep.
feel like that's a good maybe a I feel like real estate can go both ways, so I can't say
You know,
that.
I'm
But like
thinking about getting my real estate license.
I think you have a home. I think you have a soft landing to come work for somebody.
I hate my job.
Come into the nest. Come
You're
into the
telling you're
nest.
telling me I could take over the Midwest?
You could have it. It would be yours by January 1. You'd own it.
Jan 1.
Jan 1. 1/1/25. Dimes man. Reprint
Times times
it.
it.
But yeah, so
Coming
we're going to
soon.
this. We're going to this fucking wedding thing. The venue looks great, cool. They do the thing. They do the thing. You pay this and that. And then you just get the quote. And on top of that, there's like a 20% service fee. And on
Oh
top
my
of that,
God.
there's like another service fee. And they're asking for a gratuity. How many? I should have got in the wedding game. That was my mistake.
Yeah.
That's on
Yeah.
me. I
It's
think there's still
lucrative.
time. I
It's
think there's still
lucrative.
time. I mean, are these places printing money? Are these
Yeah.
places making
I got a friend
15,
who's a
20 million a year?
wedding. I got a friend who's really talented with audio, video, pictures, whatever.
Yeah.
And he'll shoot like sports and stuff like that, but like he makes a killing with weddings.
I think I need to find something in the wedding game. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think that's what I'm gonna work to. But here's the
Karaoke.
one point. Here's the one point I want to drive home, and this is what's most important to me. Obviously, wedding. We're honestly, I'd say me and the fiance, we're on the same page on a lot of these things. We want some good food. We want good music. We want a good venue. It's all very important. We don't care about flowers. We don't care about decor. We don't care about favors. We don't care about that shit.
Can you play? I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I
100%.
bet you. I bet you.
I'm playing at 8 o'clock. I'm actually going to grab the mic. I'm not dead serious. You'll see this. You'll see it.
Yeah.
You'll be there. You can in about a year, and a year and a month, you will see. You will say, Yinzer did this. I will grab the mic at 8 o'clock, and I will say, listen, this is now the 21 plus portion of the hour. If you are sensitive to explicit content, please leave because I'm going to play straight up trap.
Let's go.
and I'm gonna
Let's go.
play club music, and I'm gonna just be throwing ass. I'm gonna see ass getting thrown.
You're throwing ass.
Throwing ass. I'm gonna be catching ass.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like Wes Welker going across the middle, but the middle is ass. Like I'm going across, and like Rodney Harrison is coming down, and
Yeah.
Junior Seau is closing in, and I'm getting back up. Rip Junior fan.
If you're Wes Welker, I'm Julie Nettleman. Getting it, and
You're
then
working it. You're working underneath. You're
yeah,
working
I'm
right
working
underneath.
underneath.
You're working on, but we'll have somebody else just running nines.
Yeah,
Someone
we
else,
need outside threats. We need
yeah, we'll
outside
get someone to
threats.
soften up, take the big girls away, just running those nines, take it off. But
Do
here's
it.
my
I'll
thing.
be running. I'll be running bang 8
I
routes.
know you will.
Yeah.
You running that'll be all right. As the night gets deeper, you'll be running. You'll be looking for bang sixes. I don't even know if that's a route, but you'll be thinking about it. You'll be fucking hitting more threes than
Football
Steph Curry. It's not a big
terminology
deal.
and uh what do they say? Misogyny. There we
Yeah.
go.
Well, you already invented a new slur on the pod, so that's fine.
You said that.
Mine was dual income, no kids. Yours was a whole thing. You opened a whole can of worms. Mine was a very well-known term to describe my lifestyle. Don't appropriate my lifestyle. You are out here just throwing very casual slurs in the chat.
Okay.
Very. So,
Can I ask you this since it's Halloween?
yes, of
We
course.
talked about scary movies last week.
Yep.
Whatever. You said you didn't like them. I get that. I'm probably gonna watch
Yep.
one tonight.
No big deal.
Have you ever had a favorite costume that you've dressed up as?
I think we talked about this last year, and I think we both settled on the Scream Blood Mask.
Really?
I
Like,
feel like we've spoken about this. Maybe not on
okay.
our call, but we've talked about. I
No,
think we
that
both.
sounds familiar. The Scream Blood Mask sounds familiar.
And then I think you called me like trailer trash because I had it. Something. I remember you
I
vaguely
mean, yeah.
being
I mean
better
that
than me.
that tracks.
Yeah,
That
I
tracks.
remember telling you I enjoyed it, and I remember you immediately telling me like I was a hillbilly and something about it. Something about
Okay.
it. You were very elitist about it, is what I
What do
remember.
you got a hard 8? Not to bring off pod on pod. You got a hard out at 8?
We're going somewhere.
Okay.
I could stretch it. I could stretch it a few, but I didn't
No,
want to
I
be.
don't want to hold you up.
No, we're fine. But here's what I want to get, and this is what I think is very important because I do want your opinion on this
Okay.
because you live in NYC, you live in this. So this is something I feel very passionate about for weddings, and I hate, and this will not happen at my wedding. I don't like any group dances. I think we've talked about
We're
this.
not doing cha-cha slide. We're not doing
None of that
electric
shit.
slide. I respect
None of
that.
that shit
I
won't
respect
happen.
that. I
Don't bring it
respect it.
in.
Yeah.
Don't bring it in. And when I want a DJ, I don't want a guy that plugs in his phone. I want a dude that
Mm.
makes records. I want a dude that goes from no scrubs into,
You want a guy that mixes.
I want the mixes. I want him playing shit. So if I find a DJ and all he's doing is like playing like Bruno Mars,
I put
and
my
then
hands up to playing my song.
no, I want you playing Country Roads, and then it goes immediately into like Mo Bamba. I want you
Listen to the
mixing.
trap,
Yeah,
bitch.
I want like John Denver vocals over like, oh, I want that shit. Like I want a real DJ.
Mm-hmm.
Is that too much to ask?
No.
Too much to ask. I
What
don't think
city
so.
are you getting married in?
The Natty.
Okay.
Natty. It's already been decided.
All
So
right.
yeah.
Where's she
Like I
from?
said, that's Cincinnati area.
Okay.
So where she's from is not we're not, it's little town in Indiana. Ain't gonna
I'm
happen.
trying to think of a bit to do for the Cincinnati game that we're going to. You got any ideas?
Just
I like
win.
that. I like that new Ren order. I like
That'd be
making
if he fired Neil, I'd already had the shirts printed.
he and I know.
I'd have been too
Listen,
sweet to everybody in the crowd.
I like it. We can. I can make these shirts. But here's the thing with Ren. And for those curious, we're talking about athletic director at West Virginia, Ren
ADs.
Baker.
We're all over the board tonight.
Um, that guy loves to be seen. Do you remember? You know the movie Casino when like Robert De Niro? Yeah, of course you do. I'm sorry.
Great movie.
When Robert De Niro and they're like, "Why are you on TV for? Why would you say that?" He goes, "Because I want to be seen." That's
Yeah,
Ren Baker.
he does. He loves a
He
photo op.
he wants to be seen, and I'll tell you, Ozempic is doing numbers on that guy. He looks
Trying,
great.
trying to get some myself.
So what
I
I'm
want to work
saying
smarter,
is,
not harder.
if we made new Ren order shirts, he would eat that up.
You think he'd buy one?
I genuinely think he'd buy one. Like we'll keep an extra one,
Yeah.
and then we'll be like, "Hey Ren, do you want this?"
Listen,
Get
I'll
him an
crank.
XL. What do you think if I got him an XL, he'd find that disrespectful?
No, I think he don't. I think he'd tuck it in the jeans, so I think he'd appreciate it.
You think he's an XL now?
I think
Not an
he's
L. He's
I
not an
think he's an
L.
XL. I think he's an XL, but he's tucking it in the pants. That's why
I
he's an
respect that.
extra inch and a half. So I think he'd appreciate it.
All right. Done.
But
Oh, I got to get dinner out of the oven.
all right,
Talk
I'll
amongst
run this
yourselves.
back while we're talking. So So the Dimes man, after he's dressed me with absolutely fantastic jugs, just absolutely gorgeous on me. So fantastic. Took a pill out. That was incredibly disrespectful. But what we're talking about, at least this week, is honestly, I think this is a sneaky good week. And, this is going to be a time where we're going to model, like, which are we going to find out? This is the week where I think we're actually going to see a lot of chalk this week. So this is the one time where we've seen a lot of upsets. I think a lot of times I've said on this pod that I'm very cautious of a week. I'm very afraid of a week. There's games that I'm worried about. This is the week that I am not worried about. You're going to see in one of these picks later. I think it's going to be a very chalk week. I think it's going to be a very favorite heavy week. I think we're 10 weeks in. I think we know who these teams are. I think we're going to start having teams quit. And I think we're going to have teams start playing down the stretch, hitting their stride. So for me, I think this is really the week that I am going to hit heavy favorites. I think we are a pretty chalky pod as it goes, but I'm really looking at this slate, and I really think we're going to see some teams that are going to start pulling away. We're going to start seeing the better teams separate from those lesser teams. And I think we're going to start seeing some teams really just lowering the hammer. So even when we start seeing these 14, 17, 20-point lines, earlier in the year, whenever you have these guys that are still playing, I don't think these guys are going to pack it in. So this was something where I've looked at a lot of these lines, and I used to say, oh, I'm a little afraid of that line, or this line kind of makes me nervous. Not the case anymore. I think we are truly going to get some big spreads. I think we're going to get some big wins, a couple big games. I feel like we keep getting these Big Ten games where you see these spreads and it looks like a trap line. Sometimes in the case of the Michigan-Texas game was a bad line. Sometimes in the case of the Ohio State-Oregon game, you're like, man, why is that line so low? It went the other way. And I think we have another one of those this week. So that's something I'm going to talk about later with that Ohio State Penn State, where you have Ohio State, which looks to be the juggernaut, looks to be, probably one of the top five teams, versus Penn State, who is almost every year just right on the cusp of that top 10 team. But can they get over the hump? So you have to kind of look at this game and say it's a 3-point game. Do you think that Penn State at home, it's not a whiteout, it's not a night game, can they get over the hump? We'll go into later whether I think so. Drew Lar, a little bit banged up. Ohio State, Will Howard, can he throw it vertically? We don't know. But there's a few games that I'm looking at on this slate where these lines just don't look right to me. There's a few things where I might even tell you, hey, I might tease it up or I might play it with the points, where I might even be looking at a money line on the outside of it. So that's one of those things that I'm really looking forward to. I don't know what the Dimes man is going to pick. He's probably going to have some absolute FCS G4 garbage, but I can guarantee that I think we're going to see some big teams really show up this week and separate themselves because we're jockeying for playoff position. So the Dimes man returns. What do you got? What meal do you have?
What are you talking about?
We're just talking about the upcoming week. You missed it. Solid, like Ryan Russillo monologue while you were gone. Colin Cowherd-esque.
Nice. All right.
Nice.
Before we get into the picks, because we have a few minutes here,
Yeah.
let me ask you this, because I was listening to a podcast today and they posed a good question. I'd like to pose it to you. In the past, say from 2010 to now or last year, who, in your opinion, are the worst head coaching hires that have been made in college football?
Ooh. 2010 now. So let's see.
Yep.
Can it be cliche and say Neil's not great?
Listen, if you don't think Neil's great, you don't think Neil's great. He's the only him and like what is it?
Would
It's not even is it him and Rutgers the only teams that haven't been ranked, or him and Texas
I
Tech?
think it was Vanderbilt for a while, and then Vanderbilt came over. Was Petrino in the 2010s?
No, he was the head coach at Arkansas in like 08.
So he wasn't. So I could be
I'm talking
Petrino.
about people that have been hired.
Man, I'd have to look at 2010. Give me your first, and let me go back.
Trent Dilfer.
Oh, that's a terrible one. That's a great one. Dilfer's a great one. God, Dilfer's pretty bad.
No experience. He wasn't even that famous on ESPN. Mediocre quarterback. Like he just happened to coach at some high school in Nashville or something.
I mean, who was the guy at Arkansas that was like almost like a
Mm,
one or two and done?
Chad Morris.
Chad Morris.
That's a good
Uh,
one.
can I give you a sneaking? That'd be like the hot take guy. I mean, the two that come to mind were the one dude. I don't know why I can't. Chad Morris can't remember his name. Scott Frost in Nebraska for how much hype was
Wow.
coming.
That's good. I forgot about that one. That's a good one.
And then can I give you a hot take one? I
I
don't think it's the worst hire, but I think for how high we thought about it, Brent Venables I think has been pretty
Okay.
overblown.
Okay. Some
So
original ideas. I respect that.
I think Brett Venables, especially if you would have asked me like which coaches would have wanted to have, I think Brett Venables would have been at the top of that list. So I don't know
Okay.
if that's most disappointing or just most underwhelming. I don't think it's definitely a
Um,
train wreck, but
if you want, I got one.
Trent Dilfer's garbage though. That's a good one. If you're just looking for pure garbage, it's Trent Dilfer. That's a great
Thank
one.
you. This one, can I say Clay Helton?
Underwhelming for sure. Yeah.
Didn't do anything at USC, and he's kind of not totally safe at Georgia Southern.
Yeah, I think just the fact that you're taking a Georgia Southern job kind of eliminates you from being such a huge train wreck. But but yeah, that's a pretty bad one. He hasn't been,
Let's think of one more each, and then we'll
you
get
know,
in
it's
picks.
God, this I feel like
I got I got two in mind. I'll give one. I'll give one for football reasons, and I'll give one for you don't want to say political reasons, but
you're gonna go Baylor or something. You're gonna go Baylor or Liberty.
no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna
Okay.
do that
All right, give it to me.
for political reasons.
Okay.
Nick Rolovich at Washington State.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
He
Just
was like, I'm not gonna
yeah,
get the vaccine, and also my black players might need to think about speaking up. And
yeah.
it's like, whoa, whoa.
Up and dipped. Rolovich. God, the one I don't even think of anymore. That was a good one.
Yeah, man, he was awesome with the run and shoot. He kind of was revolutionizing it, and he was adding like a different type of run game. But I digress. The other one is Herm Edwards.
Yeah. But that's honestly at tail end of his career. Can I not give the worst coach? Can I just give a coach that I missed the most that was a one and done?
That'd be nice.
I miss our dude from Presbyterian that printed us money for like 6 weeks.
Oh my God.
That was a magical run for us.
The Presbyterian Blue Hose that never punted. When I was coming on pod and I was like, guys, these over, they're like basketball scores.
That
Like
was that. I think that was our. I think we'll look back at that was our Mount Rushmore of times. That was our greatest
that
our
was
Presbyterian
incredible.
overs hitting in like the
If I
third
want to think,
quarter.
okay, let's think about this. Coaches that we wanted to work, but it didn't work.
Neil Brown
Okay, stop.
all
You
day.
can't use him as a stop. Give me something.
What I mean, honestly, I'm shit. Usually, I'm like, if it's a coach I know school, I want him to crash and burn. I'm a hater.
Okay, well, I
But
have one.
go ahead. Other than my Presbyterian guy, because he was just printing money for us. That was
I think
the
he's a high school coach again somewhere.
he's
But
back. That was our like unlimited ATM fund. It was beautiful.
I got Will Healy. He was a head coach at Charlotte for a few years, and it just
Yep.
didn't work out. He kind of built single handedly an Austin P program, and then handed
Yep.
it off to the guy who's now at UTEP, and kept that going. But uh, I really liked Will Healy. He was a young guy. He knew how to finance. He was energetic. He's still 39, but
Mhm.
now he's like a position coach at like a not great G5.
Let's get him on
So
the pod. Bring him on.
okay.
Will Haley segment.
So that's my I wish he was I wish it would have worked.
The final thing I will say about our Presbyterian guy, I can't remember his name, but God bless him. I'm pretty sure we had an over that was in the 50s that hit in like 10 minutes left in the second quarter once. And it was beautiful.
Hold on, I'm looking him up. Kevin Kelly.
It was something like 35-28 in like the second quarter.
Hold on.
And it was just beautiful. I mean, if we could have done all overs on that game, we might have been retired.
Let me hold on. I have the information right here in front of me. I'm gonna tell you the scores of every game that Presbyterian played while he was there. Hold on, let me get
I
this.
think it's settled down a little bit. The first couple of games, there was a couple week stretch where like they were in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man, where is this? Kevin Kelly. Here we go. American football. The very same.
it's
Now he's
great.
at high school in Arkansas.
God
That's where he
bless
was
them.
at before. Okay. Presbyterian. They went 2-9.
It's okay.
These are crazy. Okay. Game one. 84-43.
That's what it was. I've told you there was a game where it was like the over under was
No,
like
no,
58.
that wasn't it. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. Because the next week it was 68-3,
Yeah.
then 72 nothing. And then here's where we got him. Here's where we got him because it was Dayton.
Yeah.
They were playing Dayton. Final score 63-43. And then they figured him out 38-30, 70-35. And then for some reason this says 0-0. I don't know why the rest of these are 0-0. Something must be up. But either way, thank you, Kevin Kelly, for making us money.
There was a magical week where like the overs were in the 50s and they were scoring close to 100 points every week. It
All
was
right,
great.
let's get into week 10 picks.
All right, I'm gonna. How many picks you got?
I can do like 5, 6.
All right, I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I really like the board this week. Actually, I was talking while you were gone. I was talking how much I actually really like this board, and I think this is going to be the week where we separate contenders, pretenders. I
Okay.
think this is the week where we start seeing who's real and what teams quit.
There's enough data points, which makes
There's
me
enough data
happy.
points, and I think this is the week that I think this is going to be a chalk week, and I think I'm going to profit very heavily from it. But I'm going to start off. Actually, you're on the tee.
Chalk week, you say?
Chalk week. Actually, you're on the tee, so you give me your first pick.
If we're doing chalk week, let me give a shout out to my boys. Project Pat, Juicy J, 3-6,
Triple six.
Computer,
Triple six.
half of a sack.
Half.
Great
Fill
song.
nose up full of that dust. Give me the pick.
I got Memphis 10 going on the road, laying 7 at UTSA in San Antone. Frank Harris ain't walking through that door. And this just like proves a point that when you talk about rebuild, like it hits hard at the G5 level.
Yeah,
It hits
true.
hard. So
All right, give me
Memphis just significantly better team, and you're getting them at a touchdown.
give me Nebraska at home, minus 6.5, 1 unit.
Buddy.
Less
I'm on that
than
too.
one.
I'm on that too.
Yeah, Nebraska minus 6.5, 1 unit. Give me them at home. This line opened up at 10.5. I don't understand the movement. I think Nebraska still is a good team, a lot to play for. I think they are going to separate. I think we see UCLA pack it in on the road, and I think this easily covers that touchdown. I was shocked that this wasn't a double-digit line.
I saw that, and that kind of scared me. Do you not think that's kind of a trap?
I'm done with trap lines. I think we're done with
Okay.
trap lines. I think we have enough. I think we're done with trap lines. I think we have enough data points and we know who they are. And I think they're going to try to get some stuff on both sides. But there's rat lines, and then there's also lines where like we look at these lines over and over again, and then the teams just come like last week, UCF and BYU. Everyone loved BYU, and I'm like, it's a rat line.
Yeah.
BYU comes out, kicks shit out of them. So I'm done. I'm taking it
Walk
all
in
like.
your trap, take over your trap. Okay. I
Yep.
also gave Nebraska minus 6.5. Can you give another pick?
Yep, Nebraska minus 6.5. So we've been good when we've been doubling up. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my only. Actually, I have two dogs on this card, but I'm gonna go Duke plus 20.5. Miami
Okay.
has just not been just blowing these teams out. Let me see if I can get any 21s. I don't think so as of doing this.
21. Can you do
Nah,
something for me?
20.5, which is fine. I'll get 20.5. I like Duke enough. I think Duke can score enough. I really only need Duke to get to about 20 points to get this covered. Early game, why is Miami going to blow them out other than trying to get Ward the Heisman press? But Duke has impressed me. Duke's been a good team for us,
Yeah.
and I've ridden them. So give me them getting almost 3 touchdowns, 20.5, 1 unit. I'll take that all day. I like that. A lot of points.
Okay. Gosh, I got this Thursday night game on. It's so loud. And I'm not talking about Jets. I'm talking about Tulane.
I was going to say.
Um, I have a pick in the revivalry.
Give it to me.
Baylor minus 3 at home against TCU. These teams are trending in opposite directions. Now, from what I've heard, which is just podcasts I listen to, I'm going to tell you this information so you don't have to listen to it yourself. In the coaching world and the coaching agency world, I think Baylor wants to keep Dave Aranda.
Yeah.
And he's kind of, it's weird to say this, Jake Spavital might have saved Dave Aranda's job.
Wild sentence. It's a wild
I
sentence.
can't believe I'm saying that. Jake Spavital, who I used to see at Kroger all the time. So we're going to rock with Baylor. They got something there. I really like that quarterback. They got something there. And I trust an Aranda defense. TCU's just trending in the wrong direction. It's weird.
All right, since you have a couple less, I'm going to do a 2-for-1 right here. My first one, give me Washington Huskies at home, 2.5. Home dog, love it. USC, I'm finally ready to get off the bandwagon. I'm finally ready to put them in the pretender speak. Washington is a scrappy team. I like the offense. I like the defense. 2.5 at home. I'll take that. I'd take them to win outright. But catching 2.5, if it's a close game, I'll take it. If it goes up to 3, that's going to be a really nice play for me. But 2.5 all day, give me the Huskies. And the next one I have is Navy first half, -6. Navy, I said all last week, I said Notre Dame was my big play. They were not ready to face that team. Going up against Rice on the road, doesn't matter. Navy travels. First half -6. Navy's going to come out angry. I think they're going to roll Rice. I looked at the line. It's -10.5. I like the full game, but I'd rather cash early and just get that money in my pocket. Give me -6. I think Navy comes out pretty angry, controls the game, and I think we're looking at like a 17 or 20-3 first half. But yeah, give me Navy -6
I
first
like
half.
that. I like that. I like that in the midshipmen, the middies, they're coming back.
We'll come back.
I got three
Play
more
for
picks. How
pride.
many do you have?
I have one, two, three. I have three more.
Great. Let's go
Okay.
tick for tack here. I got two teams with terrible, terrible defenses going up against each other. I got Arizona and UCF over 55. I know UCF just fired their defensive coordinator, such as West Virginia.
You said over 55?
Correct.
It's a low number for college.
That's what I'm saying, man. Low
Yeah.
number. Weather doesn't seem to be an issue in Orlando. Let's go. Run it up.
All right. Just because one of us have to have a play. I was briefly talking about this game while you were away, and I don't think you're going to have a play, so I'm going to do it. Give me Ohio State -3. It dipped down to 3 yesterday. It's back up to 3.5. I'm fine buying it down to 3 at -115. I don't care. I'll pay the vig.
There you go.
Uh, Penn State just historically cannot beat this team. Show it to me. I've seen rat lines. I don't see Ohio State getting another loss this year. I saw them with Oregon. I think that Oregon game was a true toss-up. I think if we see in the playoffs, I think Ohio State beats them again.
Okay.
Penn State, I'm not worried about it. Ohio State -3, just for 1 unit, but I think Ohio State gets it done. I don't see a 2-loss Ohio State team. It's hard for me to see.
Okay. I got Pitt on the road plus 7.5 at SMU.
I can't believe this West Virginia team had them on the ropes. Unfucking believable.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah. Him and his wife can go tweet together. Pitt plus 7.5.
Listen, I'll say this. I don't clamor for people to lose their jobs. However, when we're paying you 800,000 this year and next year you don't even have to coach and you're going to make $800,000 to sit at the house, I think your kid's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Relax.
All right. Are you tapped out?
I got one more.
All right. Here's my next one. South Carolina plus 9.5, Illinois plus 10. It's a 7-point alt spread. I think I am 7-2 on these this year. This is going to be a 2-unit play. The best thing about this, I think both teams win outright. But just like the Trojan, man, I just want to give you a little more protection. So give me that 9.5. Give me that Illinois plus 10. 2-unit play. If you're feeling frisky, put it as a money line parlay for like a half a unit. It'll pay you about probably around like plus 350. But give me South Carolina 9.5, Illinois plus 10. Both solid teams. I think we got them both at home too. So give me those home odds. Ease them up. Let's go.
Yeah, that's why I'm on Illinois plus 3 to close it out.
Yep. Is that your pick?
Wrong team favored.
Right. That's what I thought.
Coach Bielema. Champagne Poppy. Getting them right.
And then my final pick, I talked all about it. I think it's going to be a chalky weekend. I don't think there's going to be a lot of upsets. I think this is going to be a standard is the standard weekend. And that's why I'm doing a heavy money line parlay for 3 units.
Okay.
Because I love every one of these teams.
Folks, trick or treat.
Oregon Ducks.
Yep.
Clemson.
Yep.
Georgia Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Volunteers.
Wow. 4-piece.
That gets you down to about -103.
Mm-hmm.
3-unit play. I don't see any losers there, and I see winners. I think stress-free, sweat-free winners.
I would love that because I got MLS playoffs on Saturday. I'm going to be stressed.
I think we're going to get a good one. So I'm going to recap this. Yinzi has Ohio State -3 1 unit, Nebraska -6.5 1 unit, Washington plus 2.5 1 unit, Oregon, Clemson, Georgia, Tennessee moneyline parlay 3 units, Duke plus 20.5 1 unit, South Carolina plus 9.5, Illinois plus 10. That's your standard 7-point teaser. That's a 2-unit play. And then Navy first half -6 1 unit. The Dimes, man, you're going 1 unit across the board, right? Easy enough. Memphis -7, Nebraska -6.5, Baylor -3, Arizona over 55, Pitt plus 7.5, Illinois plus 3. So we got some crossover on these picks, which we always like. Anything else? Anything you want to leave? What are you getting into for Halloween? You doing anything?
It's 8 o'clock right now on Halloween.
Not going out?
My phone don't ring.
That's fine. Listen, that just reminds
I'm off the app. I'm off the Hinge, and I'm not allowed to date my phone. So
it's tough.
That's what you get.
Just reminds me. Remember the first Yinzi Dimes Halloween party.
Oh my gosh, you coming up to that was incredible. Do
It's a
you
good
remember
time.
when those girls that no one knew just came in and tried to tell me like what to do in my own house? They were like, "You can't sit there," and I'm like, "This is my couch." And I just looked at you and just like, well, I was like, "Who invited these people? Who are
Who
these
fucking
people?"
invited? They were the worst. They sucked.
But then there were some guys there too that just try to act all aggro. I never got that. There's no need for
Listen,
fighting. There's
they
love in the club.
walking up to your house party and starting a fight is certainly a move.
Walk in your trap, take over your trap.
Fuck your trap, take over your trap. All right,
Exactly.
buddy. Well, you have a fantastic week. Let's get some winners. Text me on Saturday. I think we'll hook up on a big parlay and let's get some winners, dude.
Let's do it, bro. All right. I'll talk to you
Peace.
later.
See you, man. Bye.
Peace.